What's going on, guys? It's your boy Travis Moody here, back with yet another ranking video. Of course, today we've got the Dreadnoks. Yeah, not the Dreadnoughts, but the Dreadnoks. There's not a whole lot of them yet. Of course, we're still waiting on Lenny's fave, Road Pig, Torch, and Nagahide in the pipeline. So it'll be real interesting to update these rankings once we got a full stack brigade of Dreadnoks. But in the meantime, we will rank on all these Zartan, Zarana, Ripper, and Buzzer. Starting off with number 6, it is Zartan. Yeah, the first one to do it is the first one on this list, or rather the bottom in my list, but look into my eyes. Yeah, Zartan is an amazing figure. And all the Dreadnoks are great because how is this figure last on the list? It is absolutely terrific. It would be on the top of many lists in other toy lines. But it was the first one to break that seal for the Dreadnoks at number 23, a little MJ. Of course, the original Zartan, he originated with the Swamp Skier, where it got Zartan here, just the figure alone. If you note, this is a gridiron sheath I added. Yeah, I still got that big one in the back, but he's Zartan. He needs 2 big blades. I did add this fold-up shoddy as well, so adding a couple things to give him a little bit of life since he's the OG. Of course, the one significant thing about this Zartan compared to the others that we're going to talk about is obviously the snake head here and the monkey claw. These mystical artifacts are key, and the cool thing is you can use these on your other Zartans, but unfortunately these only come with this Zartan, which makes this original Zartan really key. And also those blue eyes, you don't get those pretty blue eyes in the other ones. But overall, this was a great figure, one of the OGs in the line. We got that great sculpt. Funny, not a lot of us knew he was bald, really. We didn't see that in the cartoon ever, and he always had that cap on. His belt detail, got the awesome demon head buckle, but it's very subdued. This whole figure is really subdued, very subtle and muted, and that's kind of what the Classified was going for in the bad guy territory compared to the much brighter sci-fi Joe counterparts there. I'm going to show a lot of stuff now, and that way when we get to the repainted, updated versions, we can skip over some of the stuff. As you can see, that crazy looking laser classic pistol, very, similar to the vintage. It does hook on there. It's silly, but it is what it is. One thing I keep forgetting is this. Yeah, it's much easier to pop open from the bottom. Tell me in the comments below, did you forget that this OG mask? And what's cool is they've changed the colors of the detail into many of these backpacks, and we'll go through that as we scoot across the top 6. The other accessory here, he's got that like Luger laser gun knife thing going on here, so pretty cool. It's got like the gun handle with a blade, so this is a very good knife for so early in the line. I'll give this OG Zartan 4 out of 5 cold slithers. Alright, piping in, or should I say buzzing in at number 5 in the G.I. Joe Classified series, here is Dreadnok Buzzer. My first Joe figure as a kid, that's right, 1985. My favorite Dreadnok. He's the second in command. Combining those brains with bronze. I really enjoyed his portrayal in A Real American Hero, the comic. Of course, he debuted in issue number 25, as well as the show, debuting in Revenge of the Cobra. The box packaging here, the plastic-free, one of the last plastic-free, showing the cold slither band there, grape soda. We got a nice little Easter egg in the corner. North American Tour 1985. Specializes in demolitions and civil disturbance, and he's got that diamond tooth chainsaw. Of course, we've got it right here, but I've replaced it with this bloody gridiron chainsaw. Nothing like upgrading your Joes, guys. But I don't hate this one. And then I love the tip about throwing in the smoke on there. I believe it was B's Battlegrounds, but you can correct me in the comments. It was someone else. But yeah, Diamond Tooth chainsaw is pretty good. Lots of detail, but nothing can touch, you know, what Mark's doing over there in the accessories. But overall, I don't hate this. I think it's really good. It'll have some use. But I do love this post-apocalyptic battle axe that we got there, of course, that Tony called it. And then, yeah, you got 2 buzzsaws. How fitting, right, for Buzzer. Cut in half, blasted on the side of a kid's baseball bat. Gotta love that. The Nunchaka axe chain. These are great. His accessories are really good. Very similar to OG with the Sis sickle, the U-shaped blade. So real good stuff. One thing I had a complaint about is I'm a fan of backpacks. I know not every character should be wearing a backpack, but that's just how I am. You've seen some of the ridiculous things I've done in the loadouts that I've had. I'm just a fan of those. So, you know, being that it was my first Joe, I do miss the OG silver backpack with that detachable fuel tank. I don't have the third-party accessory yet from Gridiron, but definitely want to grab that and spruce this bad boy up. He does have a similar knife there from back in the day. She's in there pretty well. You know how hard this is to do through a camera. So anyway, yeah, cool thing. Removable watch. The welding goggles here. They do make him look like the mad scientist psychiatrist that Lenny was aiming for, but unfortunately the functionality of them is not superb. I've seen a lot of people switching heads because of it, using accessories. And I mentioned Gridiron's OG, got the OG glasses, but yeah, they just kind of ride up a little too high. I mean, I'm not as mad at these glasses as I was when I first got it. Time heals all wounds, but as you can see, it looks just a bit ridiculous. We'll talk about another figure later that has much better glasses. Maybe it would have been nice to have 2 sculpts, one with just the glasses molded on, since that's what we had as a kid. But, you know, cost is always a factor. At least there's no slits on the side of the head. He does have these Kevlar chainsaw pants, so that was really cool that they kind of updated the style and put some purpose in there. And he's got much lighter jeans that we're seeing from Ripper. So he's got an awesome skull and crossbones belt buckle there. Really cool. You know, overall, just very much similar to the original. We replicate in the dog tags there, grenades and the badges and everything like that. So really cool stuff. He does have Destro's legs and boots. They added the gloves and, you know, similar to Crimson Twins. Love the tattoo that they added there with the snake and the dagger. Really good stuff. Overall, great figure. Do love the head sculpt. I don't know who that reminds me of. It reminds me of someone. You tell me in the comments. I'm interested. But overall, he's an amazing figure. It's just, unfortunately, the kind of the goggle situation. But weapons are good. Chainsaw isn't my favorite. But because I had to upgrade him a little bit, he does fall lower on the list than usual. But that's how damn good this list is. 4.25 grape sodas for my dude Buzzer. And we got number 4. It's a Walmart exclusive. Ooh, that is a curse word in my world right now. But anyway, Walmart exclusive retro carded Zartan. Of course, he's got the gorgeous Hector Garrido artwork there in this just terrible trash cardstock. But of course, Emily and company are fixing those problems. This is how it arrived. And I still hadn't opened it yet. This was actually probably the retro card figure I was least excited about, just because it's not that much of a difference. But hell yes, this figure in hand, in person, just as great. As you can see, I haven't even opened it till now just to do this video. But that blue-ish purple, that violet type color that we're getting there, of course, from a real American hero, that on that blue chest plate, and that armor on the pants just really, really, really pops. And speaking of popping, look at those green eyes, just so sick. And just to close up real quick, you know, not a whole lot different, but there's that false mask if you want to compare Zartan to the false mask. But yeah, just kind of giving a quick comparison. I'm sure you've seen this already, or you've already got both figures. But the cool thing is, if you miss this one, it was really hard to not miss. It kind of peg warmed after a while, just because there was just so many. And this is the way to go, you know. And I hate Walmart with all my heart, but it just really pops. And I mean, that belt buckle is insane, as you can see. And just, yeah, more of the copper OG pants, a little lighter, and pretty much the perfect Zartan, but he falls short in my list just because it's just not all that different. I mean, they did give him a silver blade, definitely an improvement over that. Of course, it's got that trigger finger thing right there. Let's do a backpack comparison. Definitely added some more cool paint apps there, so give them credit on that. Of course, we'll open these up. One has silver, and that's the retro, and the OG has the red. Oh, yeah, I was messing around, and he being a master of disguise, but a little facial comparison there. Green and blue. That blue really pops though, but that green with that blue is really nice. And as you could tell the skin tone is just fully fleshed out and much nicer. So awesome figure, and I'm gonna go 4.25. I mean, it is the perfect Zartan among the three, but the lack of any innovation with the accessories in the cheap, really poor cardstock from Walmart deducts the value. All right, now this is the part of the listing, the ranking, that gets really difficult. These two, Zarana and Ripper, two of the best figures there are in the classified line, and I got a top three for the Dreadnoks. These could easily be 1 and 2, 2 and 3, you know, 3 and 1, whatever you want. They're just so damn good. But we're going to go with the first lady of the Dreadnoks here, Zarana, at our number 3, a master of disguise and espionage. Of course, her first figure came out in 1986. You know, chilling in that cartoon, The Spy Who Rooked Me, disguised as Mainframe's lover, Carol, and she shot at that Dreadnok campfire after Zartan clowned her for that romantic encounter. And look, number 48, the face sculpt, one of the best of all time in the classified line, came out nearly a year ago, and she's pinless, double elbows, and there's the one issue, the loose arm that pops out, a little infamous. Now it's not broken, it just pops out, especially when you try to hold something as ridiculous as Snake Plissken's oversized Mac 10 with that rifle scope attached to the suppressor, attached to, you get it. I just love it on her because she's just crazy 80s. And she's got crazy 80s weapons all over, but we'll get into that in one sec. Oh, but that arm, that's why she's at number 3. Just this really ridiculous loose arm. Is it broken? No. Does it snap back in? Yeah, it's snapping back in right now. Look, I'm kind of messing with it. It isn't that bad. It isn't a deal breaker. Zarana is freaking awesome. I mean, she's got the awesome punk deco. Those shoulder pads are killer. Arm guards, right? Lovely zippers in metallic work. All over around, cowboy boots, chains on the jeans, just the whole shebang, right? So even her backpack is really cool. It looks really simplistic, but it's got this heat knife thing with like the shotgun handle, and just with the sheath in it, just really badass, just so 80s, so cool. Of course, she's got her little needle dagger there, so pretty cool. And speaking of weps, this is not a bad one. It's very Gears of War. I love the war gears. You know, a cool saw rifle kind of deal. So I'm cool with it, but nothing beats Mac 10 once again with the caramel skin. But yeah, I'm loving it, man. I'm loving it. So either way, you're going to have lots of fun with her. I don't dig the animated artwork too. You know, I'm a big fan of anime, and at first I thought it was kind of cool, but then now that we're seeing the artwork coming in with Classified, this and CoverGirls just did not stick, but you know, they were trying different things. I'm going to go, man, this is rough. I'm going 4.25-4.5 grape soda martinis for my girl. And I totally almost forgot that her hair removes, and you can go with that beehive haircut, if you will. So definitely dope. She's one of the best there is to do it. Now here's where things get really exciting. The newest G.I. Joe classified figure to join the ranks, minus those Target exclusive Python Patrol things, but we'll get into that pretty soon. But here's 102, the Ripper, and we knew this was going to be a banger just from the Comic-Con reveal, those digital renders, and as you can see, the artwork on the side. Of course, this is the newest one, so we'll do a little mini review. Just all the accessories there, so keep an eye on that. This is going to be an issue, and that's really one of the only issues. So if you want to QR code yourself to nowhere, you can right there. Of course, Easter eggs, same garage that we had over in Joyzy. Shout out to Baldy, kind of gave us a history lesson. He tends to do those on his review. Baldy Locks, go check him out. He's great. But yeah, we got the grape soda there. I swear it's not Energon. And then the drum kit there. And yeah, he's a badass. Cold Slither, of course. Same poster that we had. Some gas cans looking like a little bit of, that's a dirty fan. I was going to say dirty laundry, but it's a dirty fan there. And you could see the Harley outside, parked there, ready to rock and roll himself to Target to go find some exclusives. This is a monster of a figure by G.I. Joe Classified. And look at that. More than anything, those sunnies fit. You know it. I had such an issue with those sunnies with Buzzer, but he is one of the best. Let's take a look at that face sculpt. Oh, man. You'd think from far away he had all kind of issues, but tattooed eye. That was the thing we could not figure out for the life of us at Comic-Con on that screen. He's got scarred eyebrows. It looks like he's got all kind of QC pain issues or whatever. But he does have one. But look, tattooed tear. He jacked someone up in prison. Awesome ass beard. He's got that great, amazing. He's got that amazing faux hawk mullet. You could tell Lenny really loved working on the guy right here. Let's take off his stuff. I just wanted to show that pose so I don't have to do it again. Take everything off. Take it off, baby. Take it off. But yeah, this is definitely one of the best sculpts in the line. Here's the deal I have. See that thing? Some reviewers said that was like his beard clip, but it seems clearly like an earring to me. A razor blade earring or a rusted dog tag, whatever his sick mind was. But the problem is this dark blackish, supposed to be silver, is way too similar to his dark brown beard, where we have here on the box that it's silver. And then there we go. On the box, silver, and the ear like a dark black brown almost. So minus that. I mean, and that's happened to everybody. At first I was like, oh, gonna have to order from Amazon and do a switch. But no, it's just, it's happening to everybody. If I loved what Spec told me in the group chat. He said, if you have a silver razor blade airing, you win a free trip to Pawtucket. So, but yeah, one of the surprisingly most amazing face sculpts we have there. Just super great. But you customizers, you know, Romo will paint that up silver. I'm not going to even bother, because if I even try, I'll ruin it. Then I had to do a treasure root. But yeah, look, the dog tags or razor blades, those, they do match what's going on in the air. So that's the confirmation. But, man, other than that, I wouldn't even really call that a QC issue, because it's across the board, I guess. It's just kind of a paint decision, if you will. But, man, what a sculpt. He's got the Dreadnok tat on his right shoulder there. Kind of a Tasmanian devil there. And a, you know, claw. So, really cool stuff. Awesome. Just spikes all around. He's heavy rock and roll. Very close to the 85 version of Ripper, with that nice camo tank top minus the torn half shirt. So modernizing him, if you will, and keeping that in the 80s. Grenades and knife sheath, nice little secondary there. Just adding so much. It's really good on him. And we've had some really loose stuff. Much better situation here in the secondaries than Tunnel Rat, that's for sure. Let's get the chain on the belt. Regular buckle. Dark jeans to counter buzzards. So, really awesome. Let's take a look at those accessories. Jaws of Life. Power Jaws of Life. Fully articulated. It would have been nice to have a 90s style, like, lever. To have it, you know, whatever. But now, yeah, I guess you have more full control over it. And, of course, this handle swings open. You can carry it there. Here's where the smoke blows out. That exhaust. But, yeah, this is awesome. This is one of those truly great signature weapons. And I'm proud to let you know that this had 0 warpability there. This awesome old school bayonet rifle with this kind of a sickle, Sith blade, whatever you want to call it. Just loving it. The knife's great too. It's awesome. Nice silver paint there. Cool handle. Very simple but effective. Really digging it. But best of all, the sunnies. Some nice paint work there. And they fit like a gem. So other than the Sarge, he's got the best glasses in the classified business. I did see Kyle Peterson's review. His glasses, he didn't get quite as good. He wasn't so lucky. So there are some glasses floating around that are bent and screwed, kind of like buzzers. So I definitely understand that. I think Blast Effect will fit on the rifle as well. Oh, this one sticks out a little bit, but yeah, that looks good. But man, I gotta say, I gotta go 4.5. He's almost perfect, but other than maybe this lack of silver paint there, would have been nice to differentiate the. No, it's a nice paint job on the necklace. It would have been nice to have some silver rusty. I know they're supposed to be rusty, but they're a little too rusty. Matches kind of a deep black, but overall just a fantastic, maybe one of the most surprisingly great figures of the year, and is Ripper. And the #1 Dreadnok on this list of 6. How could I not go with the Deluxe Master of Disguise Zartan, the PulseCon exclusive? It's funny, I don't even think I even did this when I got it. Maybe I just opened the damn thing up and played with it, but look how cool all his disguises that he's a master of. Hard Master, Soft Master, Snake Eyes himself. He's got the Rashikage mask and Storm Shadow. So just really cool there. I know this is one of the hardest figures to get. I went to purchase one for a very close friend, and the cost on the second market is just way too high. But and I don't know, I don't think this one, I think this one's gone forever. As we see, it has a really cool insert showing the color changing scheme of Zartan, and then all the accessories loaded in there. Really cool looking art. So definitely one of the best packaging we had in this PulseCon exclusive here, number 31. Right away, he's Freezy Blue. It's the color change. They brought it back. Just that element alone. I know it's silly. It's gimmicky. It's Zartan. He is a gimmick. He lives the gimmick. He's like Mr. Freeze, Dr. Manhattan, Iceman, all rolled into one. But he is the master of color changing, master of disguise, Zartan. What a brilliant idea. I love the freezing idea. Leaving action figures out in the sun, never a good idea. I guess in the 80s, kids are outside, makes sense. But for adult collectors, this was the way to go. And I like the freezer idea. It's in the house. Can put him in for 5 minutes, 2 hours, whatever. It works. Only problem is he doesn't really change colors on the joints. But yeah, pretty cool. Get it? But as you can see, as I'm reviewing this, he's getting paler and grayer. So I figured that would be pretty neat. And yeah, let's take a look at all the quirks he comes with. Biggest issue is none of them are the color blue. So how ridiculous is this? Hey, I'm the hard master. I'm hiding, can't you tell? Look at my bod. Yeah, kind of funny. Maybe they should have gave us blue heads, blue masks. That was a hard master, and here's the soft master. I've actually never put any of these masks on before, so I'm having a ball. Why not? We saw this one earlier. Of course, we're supposed to put the cowl on, but if we put the cowl on, then you know it's Zartan, but it's G.I. Joe. It's supposed to be ridiculous, kids. His face, I left him in the freezer for like 20 minutes and it doesn't matter. So he does come with this skull mask, which we saw again with Python Patrol Vipra. What's even more ridiculous is we got this Storm Shadow face mask before Storm Shadow was even released. We had the blue one for the Arctic Ninja, and he's kind of blue. Why wouldn't we get the blue? But yeah, it was pretty cool. It was a pretty cool Easter egg of what was to come. I've actually dispersed some of these accessories of his throughout my collection. As you can see, this Snake Eyes has that more matte finish on the mask. Has anyone ever done this before? I doubt it. No, someone has, but look, it's just really ridiculous. Like, he's got these masks, but it's still Zartan. Definitely a great, cool aesthetic. Awesome comic book flavor. Duds there. So I love how each of the three Zartan represent a different medium in G.I. Joe. That's very cool. This is an amazing repaint. Just an overall gorgeous deco scheme with the silver. As much as I love the blue, and it really pops, the silver is the king, especially on this like crazy chameleon looking bod. And yeah, the PulseCon exclusive just has an insane load of accessory. I've actually used them all at one point or another, unlike a brunt of classified Joes. So a lot of it is reuse, as we've gotten the bow from Arctic Storm Shadow. No arrows though, really weird. I know the arrows sucked, but and the cool thing about reviewing this so late is we have this warped gun from the Arctic Bat. As you can see, the kind of the pre-warp stage, not so bad on the bifold, but as the original paint scheme, kind of an OD green handle there. And you get the white for Arctic. But yeah, this is just poorly. This isn't great, but this is, man, this is bad. This is really stiff, the harness, and this was really nice. Much easier, much more flexy plastic there. Of course, this does come with a suppressor. Mine fell, so I'm going to borrow this one from the Arctic. That's a big time benefit is, oh yeah, this is pretty badly warped too, but that honestly could have just been from me, from all the use. He was holding it in his hand, so they might not have arrived that way. But one of the benefits of reuse is if in case you lose things like silencer, suppressor, mags, whatever, you get to just use them again, right, from someone else. So pretty cool. Of course, we have the backpack, and I actually broke it. When you freeze things, they snap off easily. So this was the Arctic Storm Shadow backpack, of course, in a different color here, the copper red. And I had to throw on blue tack because this went crashing down. Of course, we'll flip that open. And yeah, it's good copper red inside. And you get that same blade that we had from the OG Zartan. So pre-silver, you could switch it up if you want to make this your premier Zartan. So yeah, no monkey claw, but it does have the holes. Kind of weirded out that this was the deluxe and it didn't have the monkey claw, the snake head. Of course, those are the holes they can go into. You can switch them around, but maybe that's what makes the OG Zartan special. So at the end of the day, which of these Zartans do I like the best? Well, I'm such a sucker for deluxe packaging, and the whole album cover thing really gets me. I just love it. I dig it. He's the winner. It is the ultimate tribute to Zartan. Man, I don't know, and I love the silver. It reminds me of that whole Road Warrior, Mad Max thing going on. I mean, don't get me wrong, all three are badass. This one is great, but pretty much didn't add anything other than much better paint schemes. But this had a whole lot to offer, showed his more mystical side. And if it had the two little bits and pieces of that mystical side, this would be the perfect figure. But I'll go 4.75 cheap booze and cheap whiskeys for Deluxe Master of Disguise Zartan. Yeah, thanks for joining me for the G.I. Joe Classified Dreadnok rankings. Just to summarize, at number 6 was the OG Zartan 4 whiskeys. Number 5, Buzzer, 4.25 whiskeys. Number 4, the retro carded Zartan, 4.25. Got Zarana over there. I didn't know it was you. 4.25 dash 4.5 out of 5. And then we got the Ripper, of course, 4.5 whiskeys. And the best of all is the Master of Disguise Zartan, the leader of the Dreadnoks with the deluxe packaging, 4.75 whiskeys. Don't forget to check out A Toy Kind of Mood every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Pacific Time, 10 p.m. Eastern. We'll have more reviews, rankings, G.I. Joe Classified news, and whatnot coming in hot. So happy holidays, everybody. We'll see you guys in the Toy Owl.